and welcome to the November 2022 edition of SPS Global Insights Report, intended to inform you of critical incidents around the world relating to kidnap, ransom, extortion and piracy. We begin in South America. In Colombia, President Gustavo Petro has begun facing dissatisfaction about his leadership amongst Colombians, with a number of large-scale but peaceful anti-government protests being held around the country. Congress approved Petro's tax reform, which levies additional duties on coal and crude oil, something critics worry will hamper foreign investment and stagnate Colombia's already faltering economy. Meanwhile, Colombia has been experiencing a spike in violence and crime, as well as a surge in the activity of illegal armed groups. Last year, Colombia experienced more homicides per capita than Mexico, which was attributed to an increase in assassinations nationwide tied to the drug trade. Moving over to Africa, and worsening security situations in neighbouring countries have driven 56,000 refugees into Congo-Brazzaville. The government has utilised their migration as a political excuse for widespread and increasing economic deprivation, violence and crime. The Congo's economic dependence on oil has left the nation in dire economic straits. The national debt of over 100% GDP and poverty rates and unemployment rates over 50% are driving social unrest and criminal activity. The nation's slow vaccination program, with only 12% of the population vaccinated, combined with fears of food insecurity created by the Russian invasion of Ukraine, have fueled a wave of national social anxiety. In a nation with Congo's history, these issues have the ability to quickly escalate into an internal conflict. Across Zambia, the overall crime rate has fallen in previous years as economic development has grown. Conversely, within Zambia's larger urban cities, crime rates have increased exponentially, allowing it to become a hotspot for human trafficking. Zambia's economic growth is driven by copper exportation, which accounts for over 85% of its exports. The demand for workers to extract copper has led to the cross-country trafficking of vulnerable Zambian locals by Jeboa gangs. The plight of human trafficking seems to be increasing despite government efforts. An initial 17 potential cases were identified in 2021, leading to 8 prosecutions, double the previous years. However, many commentators believe this shows the inefficiency of the governmental efforts to combat human trafficking rather than a success. In Ghana now, and Ghana is reporting an average of 56 kidnappings per year. Since the kidnapping of 2 Canadian female students made global headlines in 2018, the Ghanaian government strengthened its rhetoric against kidnappings. However, the few initiatives that have been implemented have met with little success. Ghana's porous borders have allowed Al-Qaeda-affiliated groups based in neighbouring countries to operate kidnap for ransom rings as a means of revenue, especially the northern border regions. Kidnappers are increasingly targeting Westerners based on their perceived wealth rather than nationality. Finally, heading over to Asia and to Pakistan. Former Prime Minister Imran Khan survived an assassination attempt in early November while attending a protest. This is eerily reminiscent of the events leading to the assassination of former Prime Minister Benazir Bhutto in 2007. Bhutto survived an assassination attempt in October 2007, only to be assassinated in December 2007. Pakistan was subsequently roiled with violent clashes between Bhutto supporters and the police and military forces. There have been similar clashes after the attempt on Khan, and given his popularity, should there be another attempt, we can expect to see more clashes and violence nationwide. We hope our SPS Global Insights report has been of value and urge you to read the full report for a comprehensive overview of the SPS Kidnapping, Piracy and Ransom Bulletin. Stay tuned for next month's edition.